let's talk about money, because you're watching this because you want to make money, specifically for video funnels. All right. So again, there's two types of funnels, right? You have the brick wall funnel. You got the opt-in page. Okay, you opt in here. Then it goes to the video. Okay, then you have the order page. Okay, that's funnel one, right?
Right.
Now, this order page could be like a buy now, or it could be like a book a call. A call page where they like fill out the application.
Right.
And then the second funnel that you see people using, because they probably heard us, diss brick wall pages left and right? So they get rid of this and they drive traffic. This is funnel number 2, right to the webinar.
Okay, directly to the video.
Right,
yeah.
and then you've got this same thing happening, right? It'll be a buy now or book a call.
So like usually,
but they're sending traffic right to the video.
Okay, usually they would, in that scenario, they would have a video on that page, and then underneath, what is it, like a buy now type thing, like 2-step order form?
Well, like sometimes this page will just be a long form page, right? And then they could buy at the bottom.
Okay.
Right? They can buy at the bottom of the page, right? Or it separates into those two, right? A separate sales page and then an application. But most people, now that you actually bring it up, they're just sending people to the page, and then down here will be the buy, or
I've seen like
the book or call would be right underneath.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? So those are the two types of funnels. Brick wall funnel, and then just a buy now or direct to apply, right? So the ad would lead right to one of these. Those are pretty much the main two ways people use funnels, video funnels, to build their business, all right? So the question is, how come most people aren't profitable? I mean, if you look through history, right, you go look at everybody's funnel. I'm even talking the gurus of the gurus. How come they never just keep doing what they're doing, right? How come it'll start off with maybe funnel 2, and then all of a sudden you'll see them doing funnel 1.
Like they keep shifting?
The product will change. The offer is always changed. They're always doing something different.
Okay.
Typically that happens because one starts off being hot and they're making money.
Yeah.
And then it slows down for whatever reason. Maybe ad cost goes up. Maybe the conversions are down. Maybe they have an issue with their sales team not closing. And they can't seem to be profitable.
It's kind of like up and down.
I was listening to a podcast recently. I'm not going to say the person's name, but it's a guru that most of you guys would know. But this person like cut their whole agency last year and cut their high ticket program and is now just doing like the workshop model. Right? Because for him, it was more profitable. He said it was more of a lifestyle thing, which made sense. Okay. But in reality, if the other thing was likely profitable,
there wouldn't be a reason.
It probably wouldn't shift, including me, including when I had my agency, right? So we made a lot of money with when we had our agency and set up my ads. But what would happen? We'd run into the same thing that everybody else is falling victim to. Just the whole process just wasn't profitable.
Right.
Maybe your overhead went too high. Maybe there wasn't enough money coming in to pay staff, it was just too much work. So things have to change. Yeah. So ultimately, the funnel wasn't profitable. Why is that, right? So when we launched EBOOV, right? For me, one, I wanted to offer in a product that allowed me to play a much bigger game, right? Because I think the work's always the same. Like if you're selling $1 product or a $10,000 product, to me, it's the same amount of work. Probably actually more work for the $1 product.
Probably.
But
I mean, we kind of experienced that for other products. So,
but my point that I'm making is I looked at this because I'm like, I don't want to do another thing and get going, and then all of a sudden it's not making any money. Yeah. So that's why today I'm going to talk about a really simple process to ensure that the funnel is profitable. Now, there are some components to this. There's 2 parts. Okay. The first part are essentially knowing the numbers to the safe.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? So if you had the numbers to a safe and there was $2 million in it, you likely wouldn't forget those numbers, right?
Right, exactly.
And if you use those numbers, would the safe open?
Yeah.
Right, it would always open, right? The numbers to the safe. So if you had to go from California to Florida, let's say you had to drive there. Yeah. What would you do? What would be the first thing you'd do?
Well, 1, transportation, car. 2, what's the fastest route?
Right. And in incorporating the fastest route, what does that specifically entail? What would you need to do to get the fastest route? What do you have to gather?
Well, I have to find like the roads that are best.
right? The directions.
Yeah, the directions
Right.
to get me there.
And it would the directions would tell you what? How many what?
Or how many miles it takes to get there.
Right. And miles have specific numbers, correct?
Yeah.
Would that ever change?
No.
Would never change, right?
No. That stays the same.
Same thing as like the numbers to the safe.
Mm-hmm.
I started to realize before I started this company that it's always math. Mm-hmm. So for example, if you look at these funnels, this brick wall funnel is always going to convert somewhere around 20%, right? You might get someone that writes a good opt-in and you'll hear them brag, oh, I got 40%. Then it's going to eventually hover around 20%. Why? Because people get to this page and most people don't want to just give you their name and email address.
Yeah.
They already think they know the magic trick. They know that they're going to go to the other side. There's going to be some video. You're going to offer them some high-ticket things, so they don't want to give you their information.
Yeah.
With that being said, do you think that the 80% of people that never opt into a brick wall page, on average, all 80% would not want the product?
No, there would be
people that want it, right? I started thinking about this. So I started looking at the math and the numbers. Mm-hmm. And I realized the biggest thing, for those of you watching right now, the reason everything that we mentioned in terms of companies that are successful, that end up quitting because it's not profitable, they get burnt out, or for whatever reason, because they're not making enough money, they're not making enough money because not enough people see what they have to sell. I don't know what that is. It's an arrow coming from eyes. But not enough people see what they have to sell.
Yeah.
All right? It's math. And it starts with knowing the coordinates, knowing the numbers.